Welcome to Powerful Stoic, where we explore the wisdom of Stoicism and uncover the deeper truths about relationships that empower men to thrive. In today's video, we're diving into the 10 key signs that reveal whether a woman truly loves you, beyond surface-level attraction or fleeting gestures. Real love isn't just about grand displays or short-term thrills. It's built on consistency, trust, and deep connection. In this video, we'll break down what genuine love looks like through small acts of affection, unwavering support, and the accountability that strengthens your bond over time. Whether you're seeking clarity in your current relationship or looking to identify the qualities that truly matter, this video will empower you to recognize the signs of real love when they appear. From compassionate accountability to standing by you during tough times, these traits are what set lasting relationships apart from fleeting connections. If these insights resonate with you, be sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's build a conversation about the signs of genuine love that truly matter. Number 1. She prioritizes your growth over comfort. A woman who truly loves you understands that growth often requires stepping beyond your comfort zone. In any relationship, the pursuit of comfort can feel tempting, as it provides a sense of security and predictability. However, lasting fulfillment and growth come from facing challenges and evolving as individuals. A woman who prioritizes your growth over your comfort is not simply seeking to maintain the status quo, but is committed to nurturing both you and the relationship in a way that fosters deeper connection and long-term success. Comfort often leads to stagnation. When we stay within our comfort zones, we become accustomed to predictable patterns, routines, and the absence of discomfort. While there's nothing inherently wrong with finding moments of peace, a relationship built solely around comfort can become unfulfilling over time. Growth, on the other hand, demands discomfort, uncertainty, and a willingness to confront both internal and external challenges. A woman who loves you will recognize this distinction and encourage you to pursue your potential, even if it means leaving the familiar behind. For instance, imagine you've been in a job that no longer challenges you but offers stability. You've grown complacent, stuck in a cycle where the days pass without much excitement or growth. A woman who truly loves you won't be satisfied simply standing by while you remain in that position. Instead, she'll encourage you to explore new opportunities, to take risks that may feel uncomfortable but are ultimately necessary for your growth. She'll remind you of your passions and ambitions and support you as you take steps to pursue them, whether it's starting a new career, picking up a new skill, or even venturing into unknown territories. Her love isn't about controlling you or making you feel guilty for wanting comfort. It's about recognizing that true care means wanting what's best for you, even when that means discomfort in the short term. A woman who values your growth understands that you can't truly thrive by merely avoiding discomfort or settling for what's easy. Instead, she gently nudges you toward becoming the person you're capable of becoming, offering encouragement and guidance when things get tough. She believes in your potential, and her love empowers you to see it too. Growth often involves setbacks and failures, times when we stumble, feel insecure, or question our choices. A woman who loves you isn't going to run when you hit these roadblocks. Instead, she'll stand by you, offering support and reminding you that these moments are part of the journey toward becoming your best self. Her presence during these tough times shows her commitment to your growth, not just in moments of success, but especially when things aren't going well. A loving woman will help you learn from your failures, offering constructive feedback rather than judgment. She knows that growth isn't linear, and she won't let your fear of failure deter you from pursuing your dreams. Consider a situation where you're struggling with self-doubt or battling personal insecurities. Perhaps you've always dreamed of writing a book, but the task feels overwhelming and doubts begin to creep in. A woman who loves you isn't just going to wait for you to give up. She's going to encourage you, remind you of your strengths, and help you find ways to overcome those doubts. She'll celebrate small wins along the way, showing you that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. This kind of encouragement fuels growth. It's not just about the outcome, but the journey itself. She won't let you sink into the comfort of self-doubt. Instead, she'll pull you toward resilience and confidence. Growth also requires vulnerability. A woman who loves you understands that vulnerability is necessary for deep connection. She won't shy away from the difficult conversations, nor will she let you avoid introspection. Instead, she'll encourage you to explore your thoughts, emotions, and fears, helping you make sense of who you are and what you want. She'll gently hold space for you to express yourself, knowing that this is how true intimacy is built. She won't shy away from your struggles, but will stand beside you as you navigate them, offering support and reassurance. Furthermore, a woman who prioritizes your growth will show you that she isn't focused solely on immediate gratification or temporary satisfaction. She's not looking for surface-level happiness, but for a deeper, more meaningful connection that sustains both of you over time. This means she's willing to have hard conversations, to ask tough questions, and to encourage you to reflect on what you truly want from life. She understands that growth often means letting go of old patterns, beliefs, and habits that no longer serve you. Her love isn't about clinging to comfort. It's about helping you let go of what no longer fits, so you can step into your full potential. Let's also consider how this plays out in practical aspects of life, such as personal development. A woman who loves you will encourage you to invest in your well-being, whether it's through physical health, emotional growth, or self-care routines. She won't let you neglect your needs or ignore your goals. If you've fallen into unhealthy habits, whether that's neglecting your fitness, avoiding difficult emotions, or losing touch with your passions, she'll. Number 2, she defends your reputation behind your back. In any relationship, trust, respect, and loyalty play essential roles in building a solid foundation. One of the most understated but impactful signs of genuine love is when a woman defends your reputation behind your back. While it's easy to focus on what happens in the open, what truly matters is how someone stands by you when you're not around, especially when you're vulnerable and others might speak about you unfairly. When a woman loves you, she values your honor and integrity. She understands that protecting your reputation isn't just about standing by your side in public, but ensuring that your character is upheld even when you're not present. Defending your reputation behind your back reflects her commitment to you and her belief in your worth. It's not about seeking attention or approval, but about showing respect for the person you are and the values you uphold. Imagine you're going through a tough time, maybe dealing with criticism at work, dealing with misunderstandings with friends, or even personal struggles that have led to gossip. A woman who loves you won't stand idly by while others speak poorly of you. Instead, she will step up, ensuring that her support and defense extend beyond the surface. She'll protect your dignity by addressing any false narratives and confronting negativity with reason and fairness. This isn't about confrontation for the sake of being combative, but about ensuring that your character remains intact. Defending your reputation doesn't always mean shouting your praises from the rooftops, though. Often, it's about subtle actions, silent but powerful. A loving woman will intervene when necessary, calmly and confidently addressing those who speak falsely or misunderstand you. Whether it's confronting a friend, family member, or colleague, She ensures that your truth is heard, even when you're not there to advocate for yourself. Let's break this down further. Picture a scenario where you've made a mistake or encountered a misunderstanding that has led to others questioning your actions. A woman who loves you won't fuel these doubts. Instead, she will seek to understand the context, validate your intentions, and ensure that others do too. She won't add fuel to the fire by participating in gossip or spreading rumors. Instead, she'll provide a balanced perspective, defending your reputation not out of blind loyalty, but from a place of integrity. Defending your reputation behind your back also reflects her maturity and emotional intelligence. She's not quick to judge or join others in their assumptions. Instead, she chooses to investigate the truth and stand by your side, not because she's obligated, but because she genuinely believes in you. This kind of defense often requires courage, especially when it's easier to stay silent or let things blow over. But for a woman who loves you, silence in the face of unfair criticism isn't an option. She will advocate for you, ensuring that your character is upheld and that misunderstandings don't tarnish who you are. Moreover, defending your reputation goes hand in hand with trust. A woman who loves you deeply understands the importance of safeguarding your honor because she recognizes that your reputation is intertwined with who you are as a person. In many ways, your reputation reflects your values, integrity, and character. When a woman defends your reputation, she's also defending the values that you both share, those principles that form the foundation of your relationship. Let's imagine a real-life example. Maybe there's a disagreement between you and a friend, and others begin to take sides or make assumptions about your behavior. A woman who loves you will not only stand by your side in those tough conversations, but will also ensure that her support extends beyond the visible realm. She may quietly speak to those involved, helping to clear up misunderstandings and emphasizing your good intentions. She knows that defending your reputation isn't just about protecting you, it's about protecting the bond of trust between you both. In contrast, someone who isn't invested in your relationship might shrug off such conflicts or even let your reputation be tarnished, perhaps to avoid confrontation or because they're indifferent to the impact of others' opinions. However, a woman who loves you is fully aware that her actions, both when you're present and when you're not, shape how others perceive you. She won't let negative perceptions go unchecked if she knows they're not based on truth. She'll ensure that your side of the story is shared and respected. Another key aspect of defending your reputation is demonstrating loyalty. A loving woman doesn't just support you when things are going well, but also stands by you during the inevitable storms. She knows that no one is perfect and that mistakes happen, but her love doesn't waver because of that. Instead, she takes responsibility in defending your honor, especially when you're unable to do so yourself. This type of loyalty builds trust and deepens the connection between both of you. Furthermore, when a woman defends your reputation, she isn't seeking praise or recognition. It's not about showing off or bragging about her actions. Instead, her defense comes from a genuine desire to see you thrive, to protect your integrity, and to ensure that your values are upheld. She's not seeking attention or validation. Rather, she's committed to protecting what matters most to you, your character, your reputation, and ultimately the foundation of your relationship. In many ways, defending your reputation requires empathy. A woman who loves you will consider how you'd feel if your reputation were being unfairly questioned. She'll imagine herself in your position, understanding that it's painful to have others speak falsely about you. With empathy at the core of her actions, she'll not only step in to defend you, but she'll also seek to understand your perspective, knowing that your dignity and respect are fundamental to who you are. In closing, A woman who defends your reputation behind your back is one who deeply respects and values you. Her love is not just about being by your side in public, but ensuring that your honor remains intact even when you're not there to speak for yourself. This act of loyalty, trust, and empathy reflects her commitment to your relationship and to you as an individual. In a world where opinions can shift easily, having someone who stands by you, defends your character, and supports your integrity, especially when you're not around, is invaluable. If you're fortunate enough to have a woman who embodies this quality, cherish her, for she is rare and invaluable. Number 3, she respects your boundaries. In any relationship, respecting boundaries plays a fundamental role in fostering trust, intimacy, and mutual respect. Boundaries are not barriers to intimacy, but rather guidelines that help both partners understand where their personal limits lie. Whether those boundaries are emotional, physical, or even moral. A woman who genuinely loves and respects you will honor your boundaries, recognizing that they are not meant to exclude intimacy, but to preserve the integrity of your individuality. When she respects your boundaries, she's demonstrating that she values you as a whole person, not just a partner or an extension of herself. For example, if you need space to recharge and reflect, she won't interpret your need for solitude as a sign of distance or disinterest. Instead, she'll recognize that your need for alone time is crucial for your well-being and won't pressure you into spending every waking moment together. Boundaries such as these are essential for maintaining a healthy sense of self and preventing burnout or overwhelm. If she truly respects your boundaries, she'll also avoid forcing you into situations that make you uncomfortable. She'll understand that your need for autonomy isn't a reflection of rejection, but rather a commitment to your own personal growth. Another important boundary that a loving woman respects is your beliefs and values, even when they differ from her own. In a relationship, disagreements on key issues such as religion, politics, or lifestyle choices can often lead to tension if not handled properly. A woman who respects your boundaries will acknowledge your differing beliefs without attempting to change or dismiss them. Instead, she'll support you in your convictions, understanding that the relationship thrives on mutual acceptance and respect for each other's perspectives. This kind of respect ensures that neither partner feels pressured to conform to the other's views. Respecting your boundaries doesn't mean she won't challenge or hold you accountable, but rather that she'll do so in a way that honors your autonomy. For instance, if you're struggling with a particular issue, whether it's your career, personal goals, or emotional health, a woman who truly loves you will encourage you to take responsibility but won't micromanage or force her way into your decision-making process. She'll provide gentle guidance, offering support and encouragement rather than control or criticism. In this way, her accountability is rooted in care and respect, not control or manipulation. Respecting boundaries also means recognizing the limits of your time and energy. A woman who cares about you will understand when you need to set priorities, whether that's focusing on your career, spending time with family, or pursuing personal interests. She won't guilt you into neglecting your commitments or put undue pressure on you to prioritize her over your own responsibilities. Instead, she'll encourage you to pursue what's important to you while ensuring that there is space for the relationship to grow. When boundaries are respected, there's a mutual understanding that both partners have their own lives to lead and grow within, with the relationship serving as a supportive foundation rather than a source of conflict. When boundaries are crossed or disregarded, however, it often leads to feelings of resentment and frustration. A woman who dismisses your boundaries may try to control your actions, manipulate your decisions, or impose expectations that don't align with your values or needs. This can create an environment where trust deteriorates, as you may begin to feel suffocated, unappreciated, or unheard. For example, if a woman consistently ignores your need for space and demands constant attention, it may result in you feeling trapped, unable to express yourself freely. Likewise, if she invalidates your beliefs or values, dismissing them as unimportant or inferior, you might feel isolated and disconnected from her. This kind of behavior often leads to resentment, as your individuality and personal growth are being stifled. Respecting boundaries is not just about avoiding conflict, it's about creating a relationship where both partners feel safe, valued, and understood. It's about ensuring that you're not sacrificing who you are for the sake of the relationship. When a woman respects your boundaries, she's acknowledging your worth as an individual and showing that she values your growth, even when it's separate from the relationship. This mutual respect fosters an environment where trust can flourish. Additionally, respecting boundaries strengthens emotional intimacy. When both partners feel secure in their boundaries, they are more likely to open up and be vulnerable. They can share their thoughts, emotions, and dreams without fear of judgment or rejection. Boundaries create space for honest communication and self-expression, leading to a deeper connection built on trust and understanding. A woman who respects your boundaries will not only encourage you to grow, but will also give you the freedom to do so. In turn, this enables her to grow as well, fostering a partnership that thrives on shared values, mutual respect, and genuine care. In conclusion, respecting boundaries in a relationship is a vital sign of love and maturity. A woman who honors your boundaries understands that love isn't about control or constant proximity. It's about fostering individual autonomy while nurturing connection. By respecting your emotional, physical, and personal boundaries, she shows that she values you for who you are, not just what you offer to the relationship. This respect ensures that both partners can coexist, grow, and thrive, building a relationship rooted in trust, compassion, and mutual understanding. Number 4. She listens when you speak. One of the most profound signs of genuine love and respect in a relationship is when a woman truly listens when you speak. Listening goes beyond hearing words. It involves understanding, empathy, and attentiveness. When a woman genuinely listens to you, she demonstrates a deep regard for your thoughts, feelings, and perspectives. This active form of communication builds a strong foundation of connection and trust, allowing both partners to feel seen and understood. In many relationships, communication often becomes more about talking than truly listening. However, a woman who loves and respects you will prioritize hearing what you have to say, even if she doesn't always agree. Listening isn't just about waiting for your turn to speak or forming a response in your head. It's about creating a space where your words are valued and acknowledged. She pays attention not only to what you're saying, but also to the emotions and underlying messages behind your words. For example, if you express concerns about a stressful day, she'll not only hear the details of your situation, but also pick up on the tone and emotional context. Instead of dismissing your feelings or providing surface-level advice, she will engage with empathy and seek to understand your experience fully. When a woman listens, she validates your emotions, even when they may be difficult or uncomfortable. True listening involves asking questions, clarifying, and showing interest in what you're saying. It's about seeking to understand rather than simply reacting. A woman who listens will ask thoughtful questions to deepen the conversation, showing that she cares about the nuances of what you're expressing. For example, if you're sharing your goals, struggles, or dreams, she won't just respond with generic affirmations, but will engage in meaningful dialogue that encourages you to explore your thoughts further. Listening fosters emotional intimacy because it creates a sense of safety where you feel heard and understood. When you're speaking, you're not met with judgment or indifference, but with someone who is genuinely present. This allows you to share your innermost thoughts, fears, and desires without the fear of being dismissed. A woman who listens will also avoid interrupting or dominating the conversation. Instead, she'll give you the space to fully articulate your thoughts without feeling rushed or pressured to shorten what you're saying. Many people may speak to fill silence or to steer conversations, but a woman who listens allows you to speak openly and uninterrupted. This patience and attentiveness show that she values what you have to say, creating an environment where mutual respect thrives. Moreover, listening encourages connection by reinforcing that both partners have a voice in the relationship. When you're truly listened to, you're more likely to feel emotionally connected to your partner. It helps build trust because you recognize that your thoughts and feelings matter to her, and this sense of mutual understanding deepens the bond. Listening also demonstrates respect for your individuality. It shows that she recognizes you as someone with your own thoughts, dreams, and struggles, not just someone who exists to support her needs or preferences. When a woman listens, she acknowledges your unique experiences and values your autonomy. In contrast, when listening is absent or inadequate, it often leads to misunderstandings and disconnection. If a woman doesn't listen attentively, she might dismiss your concerns or speak over you, causing you to feel unseen or undervalued. In these situations, communication becomes one-sided, with one person dominating the conversation while the other feels unheard or misunderstood. This can lead to feelings of isolation, frustration, and even resentment, as your need to be understood goes unmet. The lack of genuine listening can erode the trust and intimacy necessary for a healthy relationship. Listening also plays a crucial role in conflict resolution. A woman who listens attentively will seek to understand your perspective during disagreements, rather than insisting on being right or dismissing your viewpoint. When conflicts arise, her ability to truly hear what you're saying will help create an environment where solutions can be discussed without hostility or defensiveness. She will strive to empathize with your feelings, showing that she values the relationship and is willing to work through challenges together. Additionally, listening fosters growth and personal development. When someone listens to your thoughts and feedback, they encourage you to reflect on your beliefs and ideas. A woman who listens will also be receptive to your growth and changes over time. Whether you're working through personal struggles or pursuing new goals, she'll listen to your evolving needs and adjust her approach to support you. This dynamic creates a sense of partnership, where both individuals are growing and evolving together. In conclusion, a woman who listens when you speak is demonstrating one of the most profound signs of love, respect, and care. Listening goes beyond hearing. It's about actively understanding, validating, and engaging with your thoughts and emotions. When a woman listens, she builds trust, fosters emotional intimacy, and supports your growth as an individual. This creates a relationship where communication is healthy, respectful, and empowering for both partners. If you have a partner who listens to you, cherish that connection, as it forms the foundation of a strong and enduring relationship. Number 5, she adapts without losing herself. One of the most beautiful signs of genuine love and emotional maturity is a woman's ability to adapt to changes in a relationship without compromising her values, beliefs, or identity. A woman who truly loves you knows that relationships require growth, flexibility, and sometimes adjusting to circumstances. However, she also understands the importance of staying true to herself throughout this process. Adaptation, when done with respect for one's own individuality, is what ensures the relationship remains harmonious without sacrificing one's own needs, goals, or sense of self. A woman who can adapt without losing herself strikes a balance between being flexible in certain areas and staying grounded in who she is. Life is filled with unexpected challenges, transitions, and shifts in priorities, and a healthy relationship demands some level of adjustment. Whether it's adjusting to new circumstances like a career change, relocation, or different life stages, a woman who adapts while maintaining her sense of self does so with intention and purpose. She isn't merely adjusting to please or conform to external pressures or your expectations, but is adapting in a way that aligns with her values and growth. For instance, if you're pursuing a new career opportunity that requires relocating, she might be willing to move but will ensure that the move doesn't force her to abandon her passions, interests, or goals. She will find ways to integrate her ambitions into the new environment instead of sacrificing them entirely. A woman who adapts without losing herself understands the importance of staying connected to her core identity and maintaining her sense of purpose, even as circumstances change. This adaptability shows emotional maturity, as she is not rigid or overly attached to things that no longer serve her or the relationship. Instead, she evaluates what truly matters to her and adjusts in a way that feels authentic while still being supportive of your needs. For example, if your relationship requires navigating through new life challenges, such as parenting, she will step up to support those responsibilities, but she won't lose sight of the things that bring her joy and fulfillment. Whether it's pursuing a passion, maintaining friendships, or holding on to personal boundaries, she understands that giving up everything to accommodate the relationship would not serve either of you in the long run. Adaptation, in this context, isn't about sacrificing or suppressing who she is. It's about finding ways to evolve while keeping true to her values. A woman who adapts without losing herself is also confident in her self-worth and doesn't seek validation or approval at the expense of her identity. In relationships, it's natural to grow together and face challenges, but a woman who maintains her individuality in the process isn't afraid to set boundaries when necessary. For instance, if you've grown in different directions, she won't abandon her personal goals or compromise her values to fit into a mold that no longer reflects her authentic self. Instead, she will seek common ground where both of you can grow, while respecting each other's independence. This balance shows a deep sense of respect, not only for herself, but also for the relationship. A woman who adapts without losing herself is willing to embrace change, but she doesn't do so at the expense of her integrity or personal fulfillment. She knows that true connection comes from staying connected to her own sense of purpose, desires, and values, even when external circumstances demand flexibility. Consider how this might play out when dealing with life's inevitable ups and downs, whether it's career transitions, family obligations, or shifting priorities. A woman who adapts while staying true to herself understands that these changes aren't necessarily roadblocks, but opportunities for growth. She remains open to change, recognizing that growth isn't always a straight line. However, her ability to adapt doesn't come from fear of losing the relationship, but from a place of confidence and self-awareness. She sees the value in both personal and shared growth, and she's committed to finding a way that supports both of you while still maintaining her sense of identity. Another important aspect of adapting without losing herself is the way she communicates and expresses her evolving needs. A woman who truly loves you will not quietly suppress her feelings or abandon her dreams just to avoid conflict. Instead, she will be open about what's important to her and seek ways to create a balance that works for both of you. She'll communicate her desires, fears, and boundaries, knowing that your relationship will only thrive when there's mutual understanding and respect. This kind of adaptability also fosters a sense of security within the relationship. You can trust that she's not trying to morph into someone she isn't just to make the relationship work. Instead, she remains grounded in who she is, ensuring that you're both growing together, not at the expense of each other's well-being. A woman who adapts without losing herself values personal growth, but she also recognizes the importance of emotional connection. She's not afraid to challenge herself, try new things, or change habits, but she does so in a way that reflects who she truly is. When she navigates through life's transitions, she doesn't lose her essence or what makes her unique. Instead, she embraces change with grace, knowing that evolution and self-discovery are essential parts of life and love. This understanding allows her to navigate life's ups and downs in a way that strengthens the relationship rather than weakening it. Moreover, she is mindful of the boundaries she sets and respects your boundaries as well. Both partners in a relationship must strike a balance between independence and togetherness, and a woman who adapts while maintaining her individuality ensures that this balance is maintained. She understands that growth is a process, and both you and she deserve the space to evolve while staying connected. In conclusion, a woman who adapts without losing herself represents emotional maturity, self-awareness, and a deep respect for both her individuality and the relationship. She recognizes that love and growth coexist, and she's committed to nurturing both while ensuring she remains true to who she is. This kind of adaptability strengthens a relationship and creates a foundation of trust, respect, and mutual understanding. If you have a partner who embodies this quality, cherish it, as it's one of the key signs of a healthy and lasting relationship. Number 6. She invests time in understanding you. One of the most profound signs of genuine love and respect is when a woman invests her time and energy into understanding you. It's not just about knowing the surface-level details of who you are, like your favorite food or what you do for a living, but about delving into your thoughts, emotions, values, and aspirations. A woman who truly cares will take the time to listen to you, observe your actions, and understand your inner world. This level of understanding goes beyond surface-level interactions and dives deep into the core of who you are as an individual. It requires effort, patience, and a genuine interest in your well-being. A woman who invests in truly understanding you recognizes that relationships aren't just about shared moments or mutual interests, but about creating a deeper connection that thrives on empathy and mutual respect. For example, if you're someone who tends to be introverted, she will make an effort to understand your need for solitude and quiet time rather than expecting you to conform to her more extroverted ways. She won't dismiss your need for reflection, but rather respects and accommodates it. On the flip side, if you're more extroverted, she will make an effort to support you in those social situations, even if it's outside of her comfort zone. Understanding goes beyond just external behavior. It extends to emotional landscapes as well. A woman who invests time in understanding you will recognize your emotional triggers, how you process stress, and what brings you joy or sadness. She'll take note of the small, subtle cues you give, whether it's a change in your tone, your body language, or the tone of your voice. She won't simply assume she knows everything about you. Instead, she'll ask questions, seek clarity, and remain curious. This curiosity stems from a desire to truly know the person you are beneath the surface, not just who you present to the world. For instance, if you've been through a challenging experience like a difficult breakup or the loss of a loved one, she won't brush it off or assume you've moved past it. Instead, she'll inquire about your feelings, give you space if needed, and be there to listen when you're ready to talk. The key here is her ability to be patient and empathetic, two qualities that are integral to deep understanding. A woman who invests time in understanding you also takes the time to learn about your values, goals, and dreams. She'll want to know what motivates you, what drives your ambition, and what kind of life you envision for yourself. Understanding these aspects of your life shows that she's not just present for the present, but is invested in your future as well. If your career aspirations or personal goals shift, she will adjust her understanding to support those changes. Whether you're pursuing a new passion, a career shift, or a dream you've long held, she'll be there to offer encouragement and insight. For instance, if you've always dreamed of starting a business, she'll listen to your concerns, offer encouragement, and provide feedback rather than dismissing your ambitions or trying to steer you away from them. Her commitment to understanding you isn't conditional on whether or not your goals align with hers, but rather on her belief in your potential and the person you want to become. The desire to understand you also involves emotional depth. A woman who takes the time to truly understand you will recognize the intricacies of your emotional world. She won't shy away from deep conversations or emotional vulnerability. Instead, she'll create a safe space where you can be honest and transparent about your feelings. This is especially important when life becomes challenging and emotions run high. If you're feeling overwhelmed or uncertain, she'll listen with empathy, offer support, and never judge you for your emotions. Instead of dismissing your struggles, she'll help you navigate them with compassion and care. In many ways, she becomes a partner in helping you make sense of your own emotions, providing comfort when needed, but also challenging you when necessary. For example, if you're feeling lost or unsure about your direction in life, she'll take the time to ask meaningful questions that lead to self-reflection. She won't tell you what to do, but rather guide you toward discovering your own solutions. This level of investment in understanding ensures that the relationship becomes a foundation of mutual respect and support. Beyond emotional understanding, a woman who invests in understanding you also shows curiosity about your past. Your history, your experiences, relationships, and lessons learned shape who you are today. A woman who loves you and values you won't simply overlook your past, but will want to understand it. She'll ask about the people who shaped you, the moments that influenced your beliefs, and the challenges you've overcome. Understanding your past doesn't mean she'll dwell on it or use it against you, but instead, she'll seek to comprehend how those experiences have made you who you are today. She'll embrace both your strengths and vulnerabilities, recognizing that your past contributes to your growth, whether it's your family dynamics, the challenges you've faced, or the values you hold. She'll take the time to listen, validate your experiences, and incorporate that understanding into how she supports you. In relationships, we often face periods of conflict or misunderstanding. A woman who invests time in understanding you doesn't allow those moments to fester. Instead, she works through them with empathy and patience. When disagreements arise, she won't jump to conclusions or assume she knows how you're feeling without asking. Instead, she'll take the time to listen carefully, clarify her understanding, and ensure both perspectives are heard. Her commitment to understanding ensures that communication remains open and respectful, reducing misunderstandings and increasing the likelihood of resolution. Her ability to listen actively and without judgment fosters a relationship that thrives on trust and connection. A woman who invests time in understanding you understands that relationships are about more than shared interests. They're about creating a bond that allows both partners to grow, evolve, and thrive. This level of understanding not only deepens the connection, but also reinforces the foundation of respect, empathy, and mutual care. In the end, a woman who takes the time to truly understand you isn't just your partner. She becomes your ally, your confidant, and your greatest supporter. If you're fortunate enough to have someone like this in your life, recognize how valuable her presence is and cherish the connection you've built together. Number 7. She takes initiative in building the future together. A woman who takes initiative in building the future together isn't waiting for things to happen. She's making them happen. In a relationship, shared goals and ambitions require not just mutual desire, but action. A woman who loves and respects you will take steps to create a vision of the future that you can both work toward. This isn't about control or dictating the direction of your lives together. Instead, it's about her willingness to contribute actively to the partnership, ensuring that both of you are growing and evolving side by side. Taking initiative often begins with conversations, ones that go beyond superficial topics and dive into the realm of dreams, plans, and long-term visions. She'll ask you what you want out of life, where you see yourselves in 5 or 10 years, and she'll engage in discussions about how both of your desires can align to create something meaningful. Instead of waiting for you to take the lead, she'll proactively bring up these conversations, encouraging a shared vision rather than leaving it solely to chance. For example, if you've been talking about starting a business or pursuing a new career path, she'll take part in brainstorming solutions, offering her insights and support rather than sitting back and waiting. A woman who takes initiative doesn't shy away from creating the life you both desire. She contributes to the planning, organization, and execution of those dreams. This willingness to take the reins doesn't mean she's trying to dominate the relationship. Rather, it's about her recognizing that progress requires effort from both sides. She understands that relationships thrive when both partners are actively invested in creating a future together. Whether it's planning a vacation, deciding on financial goals, or discussing where you both want to live, she'll be there, offering suggestions, providing support, and contributing to the process. The key here is her ability to recognize that building the future together isn't a solo endeavor. It's a collaborative effort. When a woman takes initiative, she's not afraid of vulnerability or uncertainty. In fact, she embraces these realities because she knows that growth often comes from navigating the unknown. If you're uncertain about what the future holds, she won't let that uncertainty hold you back. Instead, she'll step up and take the lead in finding clarity. She might research opportunities, suggest new paths, or even provide emotional support when things feel uncertain. For instance, if you're considering a career change but are unsure of the outcome, she'll encourage you to take the leap, offering encouragement rather than doubt. She trusts you and believes in your potential, and her proactive involvement reflects that belief. A woman who takes initiative doesn't just focus on what's happening now, she looks beyond the present and envisions what could be. She's not just willing to discuss the future, but actively takes steps to make those dreams a reality. If you've been talking about purchasing a home, starting a family, or pursuing further education, she'll contribute to creating actionable steps to achieve those goals. She might help with budgeting, planning, or organizing, ensuring that both of you are aligned and working toward those aspirations. This proactive approach demonstrates her commitment to not only being present in the moment, but also to the long-term success of your relationship. Another critical aspect of a woman who takes initiative is her ability to hold you accountable while providing unwavering support. She won't let you get comfortable or settle for mediocrity. Instead, she'll encourage you to step up and pursue your potential, even when the path seems challenging. If you're neglecting goals, procrastinating on important tasks, or hesitating to take action, She'll be there to push you gently but firmly, helping you stay accountable to your dreams. However, she won't be harsh or critical. Her approach will be rooted in care and compassion. She'll remind you of your strengths, your ambitions, and the potential she sees in you, rather than dwelling on your failures or fears. In doing so, she ensures that you're both growing and evolving, which is essential in building a future together. Additionally, a woman who takes initiative invests time in improving not only herself, but also the relationship. She seeks to grow alongside you, understanding that personal development is a key part of building a lasting future. Whether it's attending workshops, reading books, or pursuing her own passions, she recognizes that self-improvement contributes to the relationship's success. Her willingness to prioritize her growth and embrace new experiences often inspires you to do the same, fostering an environment of mutual encouragement and development. In this way, both of you become partners in creating a life that reflects shared values and aspirations. Furthermore, a woman who takes initiative is mindful of the importance of teamwork. She doesn't view the future as a solo journey, but as a partnership where both of you bring your strengths to the table. She's not afraid to communicate openly, sharing her thoughts, concerns, and ideas for improvement. Her proactive attitude ensures that issues are addressed early, preventing them from becoming larger obstacles later. Whether it's dealing with financial planning, career goals, or family decisions, she remains engaged and hands-on, making sure both of you are on the same page. By fostering an atmosphere of collaboration, she empowers you to contribute actively, creating a relationship built on trust and mutual respect. Lastly, taking initiative isn't always about grand, sweeping actions. It's often found in the little things that add up over time. A woman who takes initiative might plan a weekend getaway, schedule a dinner date, or set goals for the both of you to achieve together. These seemingly small efforts contribute to a sense of partnership and shared responsibility. She doesn't wait for you to create those moments. She actively works to ensure that they happen, demonstrating her investment in the relationship and your future. In conclusion, a woman who takes initiative in building the future together isn't passive or complacent. Number 8. She shows consistent small gestures of affection. True love isn't built on grand gestures or fleeting moments of passion. It's the small, consistent actions that create a foundation of genuine connection and intimacy. A woman who truly loves you understands that affection isn't something that happens only on special occasions or when she feels like it. Instead, she recognizes that true love thrives in the small, everyday expressions of care that may seem insignificant in the moment, but accumulate over time to form a deeper bond. These small gestures might not always be noticeable at first glance, but they speak volumes about her character and her commitment to nurturing the relationship. For instance, she might remember how you like your coffee in the morning and have it ready for you before you even get out of bed. Or maybe she leaves you little notes tucked in your bag or on the fridge. Simple reminders that she's thinking about you and cares about your well-being. These small acts of kindness show that she's paying attention, prioritizing your comfort, and making an effort to bring joy into your life. Affection isn't always about grand displays of romance. It's often found in the quiet moments, like a gentle touch, a warm smile, or an unsolicited compliment. A woman who shows consistent small gestures of affection understands that these small acts create a sense of trust and security. It's not about impressing you or seeking recognition, but about offering love in a way that feels natural and continuous. She doesn't need to make a big scene to demonstrate her care. Instead, she's quietly building a foundation of intimacy, one small gesture at a time. Think about the days when you're feeling low. Maybe you've had a tough day at work, or you're struggling with something personal. In those moments, A woman who loves you deeply will offer a small but meaningful gesture of support. It could be as simple as a reassuring hug, holding your hand, or asking if you want to talk about what's bothering you. These gestures might seem minor, but they serve as reminders that she's there, offering comfort without expectation or obligation. In relationships that thrive on these small expressions of love, there's a deeper connection that doesn't fade when life gets busy or challenging. Imagine coming home after a long day, feeling drained and disconnected. Without saying a word, she notices. Maybe she quietly makes you a cup of tea or sits beside you without asking for anything in return. She doesn't need to solve your problems or try to fix everything. Her presence alone is enough to remind you that you're not alone. These consistent small acts of affection create a sense of stability, a quiet reassurance that no matter what happens, she's there for you. What makes these gestures even more profound is that they come without expectation. A woman who values and loves you doesn't offer these small acts of affection in exchange for something in return. They come from a genuine place of care and concern, built on a foundation of trust and respect. This understanding isn't something that happens overnight. It's something cultivated through time and consistent effort. Small gestures of affection also play a significant role in maintaining emotional intimacy. Emotional intimacy is built through connection, understanding, and mutual respect. Things that can't be forced but are often nurtured through consistent care and attention. A woman who shows these small gestures of affection understands that deep connections aren't formed by grandiose displays, but by the small, consistent ways in which two people show up for each other. Over time, these actions accumulate, creating a shared history and a sense of emotional safety. She might remember the little things you've mentioned, your favorite meals, your quirks, the things that make you feel seen and appreciated. When she brings these details into your life, whether through a simple text message, a thoughtful gift, or a quiet acknowledgement of your presence, she's reinforcing the bond between you both. It's in these moments that you feel truly known and valued, not because of what she says, but because of what she does. A woman who prioritizes small gestures of affection doesn't get caught up in grand romantic ideals or societal expectations of love. She understands that real connection isn't about flashy displays of emotion, but about the steady, quiet acts of care that become the bedrock of a relationship. And while others might seek out validation through grand moments, she finds fulfillment in the subtle ways she can show her love. These small acts also communicate respect for your space and individuality. A woman who respects your boundaries will never overstep or push beyond what's comfortable for you. Yet, she still makes room for small gestures that demonstrate her affection. Whether it's respecting your need for solitude, your preferences for how you spend your time, or your own pace in life, she respects who you are while still showing you that she cares in meaningful ways. These small acts reflect a deep understanding of your personality and needs, fostering a relationship that isn't built on control but on mutual respect. Additionally, when a woman shows consistent small gestures of affection, she's investing in the long-term health of the relationship. These gestures are not short-term fixes for surface-level problems. They are built to endure and evolve alongside the relationship itself. In doing so, she creates an environment where both partners feel safe to grow and change, knowing that love isn't just a fleeting emotion, but a continuous practice of care and effort. Over time, these small acts become part of the rhythm of your relationship, reminding both of you that love isn't just about feelings, but about action and commitment. In conclusion, a woman who consistently shows small gestures of affection embodies a deep understanding of what it means to love and care for someone. These actions may seem minor in isolation, but when accumulated over time, they become the foundation of a meaningful, enduring connection. True love is not found in grand gestures alone, but in the quiet, consistent efforts to nurture, support, and cherish one another. If you have someone who demonstrates this kind of love, hold on to her, for she represents the type of partnership that grows stronger with each passing day. Number 9, she stands by you during hard times. True love isn't just about the good times, it's in the moments when everything feels uncertain, when the world feels heavy, and you're faced with challenges that seem insurmountable. A woman who truly loves you doesn't disappear when life becomes difficult. Instead, she stands by you, offering unwavering support and compassion. It's easy to be there during the highs, when everything is smooth sailing and life feels effortless. But what truly defines love is how someone shows up when the storms of life hit. Hard times come in many forms, whether it's financial struggles, health challenges, personal failures, or emotional turmoil. In these moments, the people who love you most rise to the occasion. A woman who truly loves you will not turn away when the going gets tough. Instead, she digs her heels in, offers comfort, and walks the journey with you, even when things seem bleak. Picture yourself losing your job, a devastating blow that shakes your confidence and leaves you feeling uncertain about the future. In that moment, many people might react with fear, distance, or even resentment. But a woman who genuinely cares about you will sit with you, look you in the eye, and say, "We'll figure this out together." She doesn't try to fix everything or make it all about her own comfort. Instead, she focuses on finding solutions, whether it's supporting you in updating your resume, helping you network, or even taking on additional responsibilities to ease your burden. Her presence isn't just physical, it's her actions that speak louder than words. In those moments, her love becomes tangible. She's not there to criticize or question your worth, but to encourage and uplift you. It's not just financial struggles that reveal someone's commitment. Emotional hardships also test the strength of a relationship. If you're dealing with mental health challenges, personal doubts, or periods of insecurity, a woman who truly loves you won't walk away. Instead, she'll lean in, offering patience, empathy, and understanding. Maybe you're not your usual self. Perhaps you're irritable, withdrawn, or uncertain about the future. A woman who loves you recognizes this as part of being human, not as a reason to distance herself. Instead of retreating, she'll offer reassurance, letting you know that you don't have to face these struggles alone. Her love is grounded in the belief that everyone goes through tough times, and she stands by you because she believes in your potential to overcome them. It's during these moments of vulnerability that the depth of a relationship is revealed. She doesn't judge or make you feel worse for what you're going through. Instead, she holds you with compassion, knowing that love means accepting each other in your full humanity, with all of your strengths and weaknesses. Imagine coming home after a long, difficult day, a day where everything seems to be falling apart. Maybe your confidence has taken a hit, and you feel defeated. In that moment, a woman who loves you doesn't need to fix everything. She simply offers her presence. Whether it's through a comforting hug, sitting quietly beside you, or just holding your hand, her small acts of care speak volumes. She doesn't demand answers or ask for immediate solutions. She understands that sometimes what's needed most is someone who listens and supports you in silence. It's these moments of quiet support that build emotional intimacy, reminding you that you're not alone, even when the world feels heavy. When life throws challenges your way, be it a health crisis, family difficulties, or personal setbacks, a woman who loves you remains a steady presence. She doesn't disappear when things become inconvenient. Instead, she embraces the discomfort of the situation, recognizing that love isn't just about enjoying the good times, but standing by you in the hard ones. Maybe it's when you're dealing with loss and you feel like your world has been shattered. In those moments, she's there, offering comfort and holding space for your grief. She doesn't rush the process or try to impose solutions. She's simply there, showing empathy, patience, and understanding. A woman who stands by you during hard times doesn't seek to escape when things become overwhelming. She understands that relationships are about weathering life's storms together. Even when things feel uncertain, she remains committed, not because it's easy, but because her love is genuine and enduring. The beauty of such commitment lies in its consistency and reliability. It's not about perfection or never facing hardships. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, she'll be there, offering her support, encouragement, and strength. This kind of love fosters a sense of security and stability in the relationship. When you know that someone has your back during the most difficult moments, it creates a deep sense of trust. You can lean on her without fear of judgment or rejection. In fact, her unwavering support reinforces the idea that she's in this with you for the long haul. Love, after all, is a choice, one that requires effort, patience, and resilience. A woman who stands by you during hard times isn't doing so out of obligation. She's making a conscious decision to be there because she believes in you and the relationship. This isn't about dependence or enabling. Rather, it's about mutual respect and accountability. She knows that growth comes not just from sharing joyful moments, but also from facing life's challenges together. And in those moments when you both rise from the ashes, stronger and more connected, you'll realize the true depth of your bond. In the end, a woman who stands by you in hard times demonstrates the kind of character that separates lasting relationships from fleeting ones. She doesn't abandon you when the road gets rough. She embraces the struggle, offering love and support that transforms hardships into opportunities for growth. Her love isn't conditional. It's unwavering, steadfast, and built to endure life's inevitable ups and downs. Number 10. She holds you accountable with compassion. In any relationship, accountability plays a crucial role in personal and collective growth. A woman who truly loves you doesn't shy away from holding you accountable, but she does so with care and compassion, not out of criticism or judgment. This accountability isn't about tearing you down, but lifting you up, helping you become the best version of yourself. Many people shy away from accountability because it feels uncomfortable or even confrontational, but when delivered with compassion, it fosters trust and strengthens the bond between two people. A woman who loves you will recognize when you're not living up to your potential, whether it's in your goals, responsibilities, or personal development. Rather than ignoring these shortcomings or making excuses, she will gently confront you, offering support and encouragement. Imagine you've been neglecting your health, perhaps skipping workouts, indulging in poor eating habits, or not prioritizing self-care. A woman who cares deeply about you won't sit idly by, letting you fall into habits that could harm you. Instead, she'll sit down and have an open, honest conversation, not to criticize or shame you, but to remind you of your worth and the importance of your health. She'll say, "I care about you, and I want you to be your best. Let's work on this together." This approach is crucial because it focuses on growth rather than criticism. Holding someone accountable isn't about making them feel inferior. It's about helping them recognize their potential and supporting them in achieving it. In fact, a loving woman's accountability comes from a place of empathy. She understands that we all have moments of weakness and setbacks. Instead of condemning you for falling short, she acknowledges those moments, offering encouragement rather than judgment. She doesn't expect perfection, but rather a commitment to self-improvement. When she holds you accountable, she does so in a way that reminds you of your strengths and encourages you to rise above your challenges. For instance, if you've been procrastinating on a project or failing to meet your responsibilities, she won't leave you to wallow in self-doubt. Instead, she'll remind you of your potential and guide you gently, offering strategies and solutions that help you take control. The key here is the balance between accountability and compassion. A woman who loves you knows that demanding more from you doesn't mean tearing you down. It means challenging you to grow in a supportive way. She'll push you to take responsibility for your actions, whether they're mistakes or missed opportunities, but she'll do so with empathy. Holding someone accountable without compassion often leads to resentment or distance. But when compassion is at the heart of accountability, the result is deeper trust and a stronger connection. Consider this. Accountability isn't just about confronting someone when they've made a mistake. It's also about holding space for someone as they navigate their personal challenges. Perhaps you've been struggling with personal insecurities or doubts, feeling like you're not living up to your full potential. A woman who truly loves you won't let those moments define you. Instead, she'll gently encourage you to seek growth, reminding you that failure isn't the end, but an opportunity to learn and improve. She'll be patient with your progress, understanding that real change takes time. Her accountability isn't based on unrealistic expectations, but on the belief that you have the capability to grow and succeed. Another example is financial discipline. If you've been falling short of your financial goals, perhaps spending irresponsibly or neglecting your budget, a loving woman won't just sit by and watch. She'll help you stay on track, reminding you of your goals, providing support when you falter, and ensuring that you're accountable in a way that brings you closer to your desired outcomes. Accountability, when done with compassion, fosters a sense of partnership rather than control. It's about mutual respect, understanding that both parties contribute to the relationship and both have areas for improvement. A woman who holds you accountable in this way isn't trying to diminish you or control your life. She's trying to uplift you, empower you, and help you become the best version of yourself. She'll acknowledge your efforts even when you fall short, because she sees potential in you. Holding you accountable doesn't mean she'll let you slip into mediocrity. Rather, it's about recognizing your worth and demanding more from you because she believes in you. In fact, this kind of accountability often strengthens relationships because it requires openness, vulnerability, and a commitment to personal growth. It creates an environment where both partners feel safe and supported, knowing that they're held to a higher standard, but with compassion guiding the process. Without compassion, accountability can feel like criticism, leading to frustration and distance. But with compassion, accountability becomes a tool for connection, respect, and mutual support. For example, if you've been struggling with your personal goals, whether it's your career, health, or emotional well-being, a woman who loves you won't just point out your flaws and walk away. Instead, she'll be there, reminding you of the effort you've already put in, encouraging you when you feel defeated, and helping you find a path forward. She's not there to nag or punish. She's there to remind you of your potential and support you in reaching it. The relationship becomes stronger because both partners are growing together, each striving to become the best versions of themselves. In the end, accountability with compassion is what truly sets apart a healthy, long-lasting relationship. It's not about domination or control, but about partnership and respect. A woman who holds you accountable with compassion knows that love means challenging each other to grow, but doing so in a way that strengthens the bond between you. And when she does this, she's not only helping you become the best version of yourself, but also reinforcing the foundation of trust, respect, and love that forms the heart of a meaningful relationship.